Before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know that as of the dates of me editing this video together to post onto YouTube, on my Rebrickable profile, I currently only have one instruction manual available, but I will have all of my custom vehicles that I'll be producing in the future on there with instructions as well. I currently have the one, like I said, but I will have at least another 5 on there, hopefully by the end of this week, and if not by the end of next week. So let's get into the video. Hello everybody, this is Colin Plays and welcome back to another LEGO video. Sorry for the delay in videos, just had some personal things come up, so now that those are out of the way, I can get back to making videos. So in today's video, you can see that I'm showcasing this MOC again that I made for Brick Pigeons contest, but you might notice there's a couple things missing in this MOC, especially one big thing. You might be asking, Clone Plays, what happened to your snail tank that was in the middle that you had Commander Gree and that magma guard on? Also, what happened to your ATRT that you had in the corner that should be right here? ATRT I'll talk about at the end of this video, but let's talk about the snail tank. Obviously, this MOC was designed around the snail tank, or at least that was my intentions, is to have the idea that it was designed around that, to showcase its tread ability and also it tearing up the land. So, what I've done for the last couple of weeks while I had those personal things that came up, I've been working on a new snail tank. So let me show you what that looks like. Behold my new Corporate Alliance snail tank. This thing is a beast. Let me try and get a better angle for you. Pardon all the stuff in the background and the noisy camera. I haven't really done a good job of organizing my LEGO collection recently, so everything looks kind of bad. Let me adjust the camera one more time. There you go. Now you can see the whole thing. So, let me just use my finger to point to stuff. This is the snail tank. This is a dwarf spider droid that I've custom made. I'm not gonna really talk about that. I'm not the great happiest with that. Excuse me. But let's talk about the snail tank because that's the main feature, right? So as you can see, I kind of made a little diorama showcasing some of its different features. It also has my fire squad group in here as well. So the main features of the snail tank is one, this main tread can actually move. The side treads have treads inside of them, and those can move. The cannons are proportional to where they should be. The side treads are where they're supposed to be. The overall size and shape of this MOC is 6 inches tall. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've measured it. It's 6 inches tall, 10 inches wide, and about 8 inches wide. Now, the width is not as important because I could not find any official measurements for that number, but this is according to the typical LEGO minifigure scale of 1 to 42. This thing is supposed to be 10 meters wide, about 10 meters wide, and about 6 meters tall. So if you adjust that according to the ratio, it gave me the numbers that I mentioned a second ago. Let me clear everything away so I can show you and better showcase the snail tank. I'll be right back. Alright, here's the MOC all by itself. So, first thing I want to showcase is just where you're supposed to grab it in order to pick it up and turn it around and stuff. Best place I've found is right about here on both sides. Then you can use that to turn it. And if you pick it up with enough strength, pick up everything. However, actually, I'll save the cons for the end. Here's a front view of it. I really love this view. This is probably the best view, honestly, for it, especially after I show you some of the other cons that are about to happen. I'll talk about the end. But yeah, I love it. I love this project. I love doing this project so much too because I was helping out some people on the Wikipedia website on some of the measurements for other droids because I was working on this. So that made me super happy to start becoming a part of that community as well. But let me turn it back to this view. So the side treads, I saw that, well, possibly the side treads are probably the least proportionate right now, just because I think I might have made them just one stud too long. Let me actually adjust the camera so you can see that a little bit better. These might be a little bit unproportioned. They might need to be a little bit shorter, but they do their job. When you see this tank in the Battle of Kashyyyk, it can store the battle droids on the sides. Sometimes. The problem is the fact that the minifigures themselves are not proportioned correctly, and especially the battle droids, their feet can't move separately, and they're not typically that strong with their connections when they attach the studs, so it does alright. It does what it's supposed to. If you were to show this with other minifigure scaled things, it would look great. Probably should have done that for this showcase. Let me adjust the camera again. There you go, get the full side view. But this is the first one I have still put together that actually kind of looks good, so one thing I will mention, especially about the ATR2 that was in the other one, the reason why it was not there is because I had to use the leg hinge joints I used for that for making these circles, which actually came out pretty well. At this point in the video, I started talking about stud.io, which is Bricklink's version of Lego Digital Designer. But everything I mentioned has nothing to do with the MOC, so I cut it out, and now let's get back to the video. Here's what it looks like when it's rolling. Let me turn it this way. There you go. Now you can see the treads. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't know why, but it can't actually roll backwards. Not willingly, at least. It willingly lets you roll it forward, though, which is the most important part. Let me turn it this way. I've made this, like, I don't know, detail bracket, I guess you call it. Let me turn it back this way so you can see it. Up here, there's where the hinges are, and they didn't quite fill in enough gap for where the tread lies, because this is supposed to be flush. The tread's supposed to be flush with these sides, so try to do my best to get that flushness going, but it's not quite all the way there. So let me talk about the cons now. The cons are, I don't have all the parts needed in the right colors to complete it. This is about 90% done, I would say. 90 to 95. Major things you can see are every time you see a red stud mostly, that means there's supposed to either be a plate or a brick there in a different color. Like, you can see on this front section, there's a 2x2 plate right there that's actually the L shape. Every one of these red studs you see, one of those is supposed to be there. And other places, like if I show you the back, you might not see it, which is a good thing. But all of these roof tiles that are back here are supposed to be in black. But I don't have enough in black, so that didn't happen. You can also see this other side. Oh, actually, let me just show you the other side in its full glory. Because I've only ever been showing you the right side. This is what the left side looks like. Yikes, right? And that's just because I ran out of all the parts needed to finish both sides. So I focused on one side to get the good, clean shot. And then this other side, I kind of used more of as a template to show me how I built it so I could translate it into the stud.io program. This side, most of it's done. Major flaws obviously are all the plates missing on the circle. I'm missing treads to go underneath up here that I'll show more of a detail there in a second. And I'm missing a lot of the plates that make this part up here, oh, you can barely see my finger, where I'll make this part a lot more sturdy and stable, because right now it's only connected in one spot and it's super fragile. But yeah, that's honestly the only problems I have with it. You can't really see in this view, but if I pick it up, yeah, you can kind of see the treads. My bad if you can't. I'm trying to keep the camera steady and still by using a tripod, so I don't want to move around too much. The last problem I will say are these side treads again. Sometimes if you pick up this model, the side treads will fall off because they're only connected by editor clone here. Just want to let you know what I was about to say about the side treads is not true. As long as you don't want too much pressure on the connection points between the side tread and the main frame of the tank, they won't fall off. You might have it look like it's about to, but that's just because some Lego parts are a little bit more worn than others that you might be using, so be careful of that. Last thing I want to mention is I have finished the instructions for this MOC. Here's a render of what the finished product looks like. As you can see, it looks way better than what I showed in person, and that's, like I said, I don't have all the parts necessary at the moment to finish it myself. But you guys can now go, if you go into the description box below and click on the link that says Rebrickable on it, that will take you to my profile page, and you can view and download the instructions yourself, which includes all the steps to make this MOC and also a parts list so that you can know which parts you need. So you can either use your own collection or you can buy parts up Rebrickable Link or wherever so that you can finish it. Please send me your pictures if you do download it and try to build this MOC yourself. I'd love to see you get your guys' versions of it and what scenes you place it in. So this has been Clone Plays. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.